Hello again. It's been like 2 weeks. Starting off with the thumbs again, and I'm gonna do a update of what has happened since then. It turned out that I was right in my thinking that there would be someone new moving in, so I have a new alter since the last video, who's called Carlisle, and is... describe him!
A small, excitable puppy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who, just sees good in the world.
Yeah, he's like the exact opposite of Vincent, really. So yeah, that's what has really changed with us. We've now got something new to deal with. There's an endless obsession with ice cream and caramel dancing. He loves that song so much. And yeah, that's basically just a brief update that I'm going to tack onto the front of this to explain who this Carlisle person is. And then for the rest of this video we're going to do a Meet the Alters video in the style of Multiplicity and me, which I am very lucky to be friends with, and I'll put a link to the channel down below somewhere, not sure where. And yes, I asked permission because I was like, what if they get annoyed that I'm basically copying their thing? So yes, no, I asked permission to do this, and they seemed quite alright for it. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to ask the question, then answer it with these things, and then it will cut to everybody's answers. So we're not just going back and forth. So enjoy suddenly cutting between everybody, because everyone's going to be in this video and it's going to be very confusing for everybody watching. So, first question on our little sheets that we've got here. It's literally just an A4 piece of paper. We're not fancy, we don't have a budget.
Very high budget production here.
I know, right? So, first one, who is the most talkative? Easily. I don't have an ability to just shut up, ever. I mean, I think the second closest would probably be Vincent, because he's got an ego on him, but no, I don't shut up. What did I say before? I think it was Harry.
No, it was Carlisle, I think.
Well, no, it's both of them, really. No, well, he talks a lot and nothing, but Carlisle is definitely the noisiest, that's for sure. The first thing there is, who is the most talkative, and I would probably say Harry. He's got a good voice on him, but he does talk a lot.
That he does.
I would say it's probably one of his better qualities, really. That would be Harry, because I don't know, he's likes hearing people talk and doing our own conversation. It's quite nice. Who has the biggest ego? And that is easily Vincent. He's yeah, as soon as you talk to him you can usually understand where he has a bit of an ego problem, I would say. I don't think he would call it a problem though. Easily me, and I'm not going to be apologetic about that. There's no reason to be ashamed of it either. It's confidence. You know what you're good at and what you're not. And ego isn't a bad thing and never will be, in my opinion. Definitely dear old Vincent. The poor boy he's very sure of himself. That's the best way of putting it. Obviously I'm not going to say anything that will cause offence, but he likes to talk centrally towards himself. I don't think I want to answer it. It's so rude.
It's fine, everyone else has.
Yeah, but it's me.
But having an ego isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I guess
It's just a thing.
I guess Vincent. I guess because he's the most sure of himself and definitely the most confident. So I guess that would probably be the closest to an ego.
Yeah.
Who is the most bossy? Probably also Vincent. He doesn't like it if he doesn't get his own way, and his own way is usually I want food and let's go and do that now.
And I will have the food, but I will also endlessly complain about the food.
Literally, we go to Cosmo every now and then. Usually one of the system goes there once a week because we like it. We haven't gone there this week. Or we go on a date there. And I love it there. It's really great. Vincent went there once and despises it despite the fact he's a massive foodie, so I would say that is definitely Kane. If he does not like something, he will shout and scream and argue with me until the cows come home. And it gets rather tedious after a while. That's a more difficult one because how do you define bossy? I would say probably Vincent because again he knows what he wants. That can be a good quality, except what he wants can't always be great for everybody else around him, which can get us into some trouble. And I try my best to control that. Really, I do. Probably Harry. Sorry. I don't know. He's certainly the one who's the most in charge of what's going on. Who is the most creative? I'm not sure. I think probably me because I'm the one who did this YouTube thing to start with, and I'm also a writer, so maybe me, I guess. The most creative, definitely Harry. He is the one who's created this and writes a lot. Frightening amount, really. Has made multiple attempts at creating tumblers that have gone literally nowhere. It's really quite disappointing in my opinion. I'm actually going to go with Carlisle because he wears a lot brighter and more colourful stuff than anyone else. And it's quite interesting to see the difference, really. So I'd say definitely a much more creative outlook on life. I think, yeah, probably Harry, because he does a lot of written word novels and like that sort of. He cooks.
Shut up.
And don't do that to the dog.
The dog is fine. The people read it. Shut up. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, I'd say Harry's probably the most creative. Who wears the trousers? Usually nobody. I honestly not sure. It's between the two of us really half the time. At best, I guess. Like, we just argue and then nobody actually does anything half the time, or yeah, it's an interesting one, really. I'd say that's definitely me. If I do not like something, it will not happen. If I want something, it will happen. That is simply the manner of things, I believe. Again, Harry, he's I guess being the host means he's more grounded in what he wants and what he wants the rest of us to really do with our time. So I'd say definitely Harry. Who wears the trousers? Does that kind of mean who's the one in charge?
Yeah.
All of us. I'd say we're definitely in charge at different moments, really. That's the thing. Like, I can be in control when it comes to budgeting, because that's something I'm good at. And then Harry's in control most of the time, especially when it comes to work. And Vincent can be in control when it comes to enjoying ourselves. And Kane is in control when it comes to moderating ourselves. So we really just kind of like work together, just kind of argue a bit sometimes. But yeah, it's not like any one of us is less in charge or important than anyone else. Which is like life, really.
It's like a family, everyone has their thing that they bring to the table.
Yeah. I'd say that is Harry. He cooks an awful lot when he gets an opportunity, and is perhaps more so than me invested in going out and enjoying meals. He quite enjoys going to Wetherspoons, or rather a fair amount, I believe. That's the problem. So many of these questions are. It's really between the two of them.
You can pick more than one.
Yeah, I suppose I can. It really, yeah, it is between the two of them. They equally compete for what they decide they want to eat, and half the time they cannot agree. It's a good thing that we live literally just across the road from, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Corner shop?
Not just that one, further up, takeaway.
Oh yeah.
So they go in there and they can have like a burger and chips for like, what is it, £4.50 or something?
Probably.
That's pretty good, I think. So they go in there maybe once a week and treat themselves. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Vincent in the end, because he likes to go out and have all-you-can-eat buffet, and that's his main hobby, I think. Because he likes going to Pizza Hut, and I think he wants to go to Zaza's at some point on his own, because then he can just sit and eat all day. But he doesn't like that they apparently have time limit.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I don't think anyone likes that they have a time limit.
I know he doesn't like cosplay very much.
No.
Who is the most practical? We're gonna say Kane. He just knows what to do half the time. He's like, if there's a problem that needs solving, Kane will just get on and do with it, while the rest of us will panic, complain, worry. I would say me. I know how to sword fight, shoot a bow quite well, shoot in general, rock climb, generally things of the actual sporting manner, which I would say qualifies as practical. Who is the most practical? I would say that's me. Not in a bragging, boasting way. It just half the time when it comes to it, Harry gets stressed at work, or someone else doesn't know how to properly focus in something, I will be there to help them. I don't front very often. This is now my second time. And they generally, if they need my help, I'm there to help them. I guess that's kind of my role in the whole system. I'm not entirely sure exactly. I'm gonna go with Kane, and just because he does things with his hands all the time. He has a ranch on the inner world, and he raises chickens, and he farms, and not farms, fishes, sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kane. Definitely Kane. Probably Kane. Who's the smartest? Also probably Vincent. I'd say he's just got like the most world knowledge on him, probably because I can't remember anything as well. But I would definitely say he's the cleverest in the system, at least. Also me. I just am. It's no real two wits about it. I just know the most out of the system. I'm certainly the most confident at projecting it as well. I would say that's Harry. He's a lot smarter than he lets on, especially to himself. He's actually rather well read. I'm not sure if he just doesn't remember it all very well, which is a bit of a problem he does face. Which, fair enough to him, he can't control it. Honestly, it's between. I'd say they're both as smart as each other. They're just smart in different things. Like, I think Vincent is world smart, whereas Harry is book smart. So he will be able to tell people everything about Lord of the Rings. I can't do that. I've not read them. And then Vincent will be able to tell people common sense and practical thinking. So, yeah, two of them. Who's the funniest? You can't vote for me. Yeah, probably. I mean, I never stop making jokes. Like, it's an incessant coping mechanism that never ends. So probably I'm the only one that qualifies for funniest because I just don't shut up. If anybody, it would have to be Harry, just because he makes constant, endless reams of attempts at being funny. And it gets rather tedious after a while, I have to say. Again, probably Harry. He likes to joke, likes to make sure everybody feels included in the joke. He does sometimes make off-color jokes, which I'm not entirely fond of, but he gets a laugh and a raise out of some people, and I think that's mainly the reason why he does it. And I know a lot of people complimenting him on his sense of humor. So I'd say it's definitely Harry makes the obvious choice for funniest. I don't know. People seem to laugh around me, so probably me. I hopefully me. Who's the most argumentative? I don't even need to explain it really. He just gets his own way, and if he doesn't, he'll say. I don't know. He'll just complain. That's all he does. Also, Kane reiterates the earlier point where he and I will constantly get into shouting matches over what is actually a good idea and what isn't. And in his opinion, going out and eating proper food is not a good idea when we factor in cost. Which is of course ridiculous. We get a weekly wage, we can pay it however we wish. I have to go with Vincent. He will not agree on anything that anybody else suggests unless it's something that benefits him. Which, okay, it can be good when it comes to eating good food sometimes. Like, sometimes he suggests we buy a big batch of food rather than what Harry does, which is go out and buy piecemeal every week. That's a good idea, but when it's something like he goes down to McDonald's or something to that effect, it's not a good idea for us to go there every week. And he enjoys going there every week. If it was up to him, I'm sure he'd be eating there nearly every day. But yeah, it's the best we can do with what we got, really. I don't like this one either. Who's the most argumentative? I feel really bad for saying it, but these two argue all the time. I don't like that word argumentative because it sounds like they're trying to fight all the time. But they don't get along very well a lot because they've just got different ideas. I mean, when they work together, they work fine, but they don't like working together all the time. And who is the most fashionable? Easily Carlisle. He's got this wonderful sense of summer clothes. So he likes wearing very flowy, not like flowy, because that's like dress clothes. I mean like, summer clothes, the denim shirt.
Yeah, when I take him to Primark, he really knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I was there like in the background, like, what is he wearing? But now he likes wearing like the ripped jeans and skinny ripped jeans. And he wears pink a lot, which is it's interesting because it suits him because he's blonde, so pink and blonde works. So yeah, I'd definitely say he's the most fashionable. Vincent would probably call himself the most fashionable. You'll see in a bit. Easily me. There is a reason suits have been existing in popular culture and fashion for over a century now, and I am the only one who actually bothers to wear the damn things. That's a difficult one. I would say probably Carlisle, just because he wears, like I said, the most creative, colourful, and very modern piece of clothing, whereas Turley, I definitely don't wear anything but practical wear, and I'm sure you've probably seen in some pictures Harry is wearing mostly just like a jacket or a suit shirt sometimes. No, not suit shirt, shirt. So we really can't count ourselves in the fashionable area. But I'd say definitely Carlisle's outward positivity is definitely something that gives him a good sense of what to wear, and yeah, I'd say that makes it definitely the most fashionable. Uh, I found in Primark a really good outfit, and it's £40, so we're going to save up for that. And it's nice, short sleeved, 10-inch shirt with a pink shirt on underneath. So like 2 different sizes, and then skinny ripped jeans. Probably some shoes at some point, because those ones that we've got are falling apart. But it's the second pair apparently that have been like that. And yeah, I hope everybody has a good day.